Hello and welcome to another edition of True Audiophiles Record Haul. This is an episode where I'm going to go over a bunch of records that I bought at a local record show. I got some great titles here. Very excited about several of them. None that are really holy grails per se, but some that are very hard to find and that I was just floored that I was able to see them and find them at a record show for a not too insane price. So I'm not going to go over every single record in the video portion of this, but I will have a slideshow at the end that goes over every single record that I purchased. Just a kind of a brief slideshow of every single one I purchased. Not all of them were great. Some of them are just kind of fun finds. But, and some of the ones I'm going to go over aren't necessarily super rare or anything like that, but are interesting for a couple of reasons that I will go over in the video. So, first one I'm going to go over here is Madonna, Like a Prayer. It is a really good album. One of the things that I do like about it, besides the couple of hits that were on this, like La Sleep, La Bonita, and Like a Prayer, and a couple of others, but the one big one also that I really like, at being a huge Prince fan, is the song Love Song, which Prince wrote and performed with her on this as well. So this is an original pressing. I got it for like $5, so that's one of the big reasons why this is on the video. Couldn't believe it. All right, next up, I'm going to put both of these two records together just because they're from the same label. I have not heard of this label before. It's called Limelight. But what I really like about this is number one, is they're from jazz artists that I really love. Cannonball Adderley and John Coltrane and then Eric Dolphy. But these are mono promo copies from the labels in really pretty decent shape. And I have never actually seen these records before, so I'm kind of excited to check them out and see what they're all about. They have some interesting packaging. I'll open one of them briefly just to kind of show you what the packaging, the booklet inside of it is like. It's kind of cool, actually. So you open it up, and it's kind of like a multi-tiered booklet. So see, you kind of do that. So really cool. So I'm very excited to actually listen to these. So I'm hoping that they sound as good as they look. Now, I'm not a huge fan of mono when it comes to jazz, because usually jazz is recorded really well in stereo. But, you know, we'll see what it sounds like. Maybe it's still well recorded and I'll still enjoy the performance, which is, I guess, the most important thing now, isn't it? The next three are related art and a related artist. So it's basically Thin Lizzy and Phil Lynott. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his last name right, Philip Lynott. But basically, I've got Renegade from Thin Lizzy, which I think I only paid like $4 for. I couldn't believe it, because Thin Lizzy records, when you can find them out in the wild, are usually pretty expensive. And this one only cost me $4, and it was in really good condition. I was very surprised. The other two are Philip Lynott's solo albums. Now, this is the Philip Lynott album. This is a promo copy, as you can see right here, which is kind of cool. The other one is Solo in Soho. Now, if you've seen one of my previous vinyl haul videos that I've done, you'd probably see that I purchased this before. But what makes this one different than the other one that I purchased is this is actually on the Vertigo label. So basically it's a UK pressing of it. The one that I got was a promo copy, which is very cool, but it was on the Warner Brothers label. So just like the other one that I purchased was on Warner Brothers, and it was a promo copy as well. So that one, unfortunately, wasn't in all that great a shape. Hopefully it plays okay, though. I've never seen that out in a while before, so hopefully I won't have any issues with it. I didn't pay a ton of money for it, so I think I got a fair price for it. The next two records are from a kind of a local, for Massachusetts or New England area, band that had some notoriety, especially if you're into the ska music scene, and that's Scala Been. When I was in my 20s, I had a bunch of roommates, and a few of the roommates were huge ska fans, and actually knew some of these guys and hung out with them quite a bit. So Made me a little nostalgic for it, so I got this one, the self-titled album, and Tuba City. Both are in really good shape, and looking really forward to listening to this, because I haven't listened to either of these albums, I think, since I was living with those roommates, probably close to 20 years ago. All right, next one isn't really all that much of a big deal in terms of an album and finding it out in the wild, although it is somewhat hard to find, but it's Warrant, Dirty Rotten, Filthy Stinking Rich. But what really makes this one special is it's a promo copy. So I don't know if you could see it right by the UPC label or not, but it is a promo copy. It also actually is in just spectacular, it's almost perfect condition. If there's a scuff on it, it's very minor. And I looked at it with glasses on and was really impressed with the condition of it, so couldn't pass that one up. This next one, I guess, would be as close as I've got to a Holy Grail, but it's kind of the series of these records that I'm going to show you are what are kind of the Holy Grails for me. And that is, this is an Iron Maiden 12-inch single. This one was made in Germany. Now, what makes these something that I really, really look forward to finding out there is the fact that the side B is a non-album track on almost every single one of these. On this particular case, I got the Fire. I got the Fire, which I want to say is a Jethro Tull song. I can't remember who originally did it, and without my glasses on, I'm not gonna be able to see who the writing credit is, but I think I'm wrong on that. But anyways, so not only do you have the side Bs that are really cool on these, but also the awesome artwork by Derek Riggs that did all the Iron Maiden, early Iron Maiden artwork. And so this is, I think, the third, maybe fourth of these that I've gotten. I have a box set of the CD single versions of them, but I don't have very many of the 12-inch. I also do have the reissues of all the regular 45 7-inch singles, but these I really look forward to getting because they will sound better, has been my experience with the ones that I have, than the CD and the 45 reissues, although the 45 reissues aren't bad, but also in a lot of cases you'll have a couple of side Bs on the vinyl, where this one only has one, but some of them have two. This one is pretty cool. I haven't heard too much about this specific one, although it might be the same pressing, but just pressing from a different country, if you will. Same mastering, maybe I should say. But this is Beatles' White Album. It's a French pressing, but beyond just being a French pressing, it also is on white vinyl. Now, I've heard that there is a UK white vinyl version that just is one of the best sounding. But as you can see it's the white vinyl here. But I'm curious, and I didn't really do enough research before I bought it to see if this one might be the same pressing as that UK one that is kind of the well sought after one. This one, when I looked it up and did some research on Discogs before I purchased it, was a well sought after and pretty valuable version. So not in the hundreds of dollars, but certainly not cheap by any stretch. So I'm interested to see what it sounds like. I'm not sure if it's going to beat the other versions that I already have, but it's kind of cool to have a white vinyl version of the White Album. This one I'm pretty excited about as well. It's Queensryche Empire. I have it on CD. I have like the special edition versions, and this is definitely one of my favorite Queensryche albums. Operation Mindcrime is definitely my favorite, but this came out right after that and is also a great, great album. And the jacket is pretty beat up, but the vinyl is in an almost perfect condition, and you got the inner sleeves as well. So from doing the research on Discogs, it's supposedly a audiophile pressing, if you will, in terms of, that's what it actually was marketed as anyway from EMI. But we'll see if that's true or not, but looking forward to checking that one out. It's a great album. All right. Another one from a band that I really like, Motorhead. This is Orgasmatron, and this is on Profile Records, which I never knew they were on Profile. Profile, when I think of Profile, I think of, you know, like Run DMC and a bunch of rap artists. But, you know, this is on Profile. And looking forward to it. I know the song Orgasmatron. I don't know many of the other songs very much, but really looking forward to checking this one out. All right, these two are probably the most valuable of the ones that I purchased today, or close to it. And also probably the ones I'm close to the most excited about, because I've actually been kind of looking for these for a while and I really haven't found them. And they're ACDC. But what makes them special is they are either Australian or New Zealand, the same essential trap pressings, but versions. But there's ACDC TNT and Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Now, what makes these special is not only the horrific artwork that they have on them in comparison to the US versions, which actually some of the UK versions of these albums are even worse, but they also have slight bit different track listings as well. But since they're also early copies and they're from Australia, I'm hoping that they're going to be first or at least early generation copies of the masters that were cut for these records, so hopefully they'll sound really, really good. I know I have Let There Be Rock, which is the one I have is a second pressing, and it sounded phenomenal, so I'm hoping the same for these. All right. Continuing with the metal kick here, Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz. Now, what's great about this one is this is a early UK pressing. So, pretty excited about it. I have the US pressing, but anytime I can try to find a pressing for a artist or a band from their local country, if it's pressed and cut at their in their local country, I prefer to try to pick those up when I can. So I'm hoping that I won't be disappointed with that. It wasn't outrageously expensive anyway. So this one, on the other hand, was a little pricey, but I have never really seen this out anywhere before, and it's definitely, this one actually might be my most valuable one that I purchased here, close to it. And another metal band, Slayer, Hell Awaits. This is an early or first pressing. It's on Metal Blade, Combat, and Import. In really good shape. It has all the inner sleeve with it as well. Just very excited about that one. So those are the highlights of what I got today at the record show in my local area. Tell me what you think. I'm very excited about them, and you're going to see, if you want to just stick around, you'll see the slideshow of what other records I bought. There's probably about, I don't know, a dozen or 5 to 10, I should say, records that I didn't show here just because I wanted to save some time and not go on and on and on and on and on about it. So, love to hear what you think. If you like what you see, please subscribe. If you want to know when my new videos come out, please hit the alert bell. And please like this video if you liked it as well. Other than that, thank you for your time, and I look forward to you seeing my videos again.